A local product is making a big splash for Georgia Southwestern Baseball.
Welcome to the Integrity Sports Podcast, covering local sports in the Southwest Georgia area, creating content that is factual, positive, and informative, promoting efforts by athletes, coaches, and sports administrators. Now, here's your host, Tim Estes.
Hello and thank you for watching the Integrity Sports Podcast, now powered by Harper's Tree and Stump Removal. If you have any tree removal needs, if you need mulching, a dam built, a pond built, they can haul rock and sand. They can even do horizontal grinding of large wood piles. Harper's Tree and Stump Removal has you covered. You can give Keith a call at 229-314-2028 or at 229-938-2412. Harper's Tree and Stump Removal is the proud premier sponsor of the Integrity Sports Podcast. Thank you for joining us today. Our guest today is Georgia Southwestern outfielder Reid Ragsdale. Reid is a product of Schley County High School and lives here in Americus. Reid, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Reid, before we get into what your situation now, I want to kind of go back and talk about the memories you have from growing up here in Americus, playing rec ball, and then going on to Schley County and the great career you had there. Then kind of walk folks through your first few years of college that got you to this point here.
Yeah, so growing up, I played rec ball here all my life growing up, and then we went to Schley. Middle school, you create those bonds when you're in 7th and 8th grade of people that you know that you're going to create a connection with, and they're going to be lifelong friends. So at Schley, I really made connections, and when it got to high school ball, really they were some of the best memories I had. High school ball to me was so much fun. At times it's funner than college, but getting to play along all those connections you made when you were younger makes it fun. Winning two state championships makes it a lot funner.
Yeah.
So when we were looking back at the two that we had in 15 and 17, to me, 15 still takes the cake. It meant more to me. It meant more to the community, I think. Not that they don't mean anything, but 15 was the first one.
Yeah, anytime you win a state championship, it means a lot. But that 15 state championship was the first in school history, and you got to play a part in that.
Yeah, so that game 3 at Trutland was, to me, one of the funnest games we played. Went back and forth. And then, 15, I think, was a little more special because nobody thought we were going to win it. We only had one senior. So going into 16, we thought we'd let that one slip away. We thought we were the team to beat, and we ended up getting beat. And 17 was a fun team. We hit, but I think we played a little more with the chip on our shoulder after 16. But going in, we thought we were the better team in almost every game we played. But 15's the best years. But going into college, I went to Faulkner for my first year. I made a lot of great friendships there. Met a lot of people that I'm still connected with. But baseball wise, to me, it didn't feel like a good fit. So I reached out to Coach Williams, and he took me in over at Andrew with a couple of guys I played high school ball with, and I was grateful for that. My first year I redshirted, and that was in 18-19. And then going into 19-20, we played up until COVID hit, and that's when I decided that there was no need to go back to Andrew for my third year there, that I'd just go ahead and commit and come to GSW.
So, Reid, you make the decision at that point to come back home. Tell me about the decision-making process there, and then what it's been like to be here and play for Coach Josh McDonald.
So going in, having a couple offers, really deciding what I really wanted to do, but I think the main thing was when sitting down, talking to Coach McDonald, and then talking to the recruiting guy at that point, uh, seeing the improvements they made in the facilities, and him telling me what he said he was going to do with the program, what we were going to do, what we were going to accomplish. It kind of built that trust with him that, hey, I'm gonna trust what you're saying, and I'm gonna come play back home in front of everyone that I grew up with or watched me play and going through Schley. So really, the facilities that they've done there, and then just playing for Coach McDonald, I've loved it. Uh, he's competitive, loves to win, hates to lose, but
Sounds kind of like Reid Ragsdale, doesn't it?
yeah, so it's a good match. I mean, I feel like we have a good relationship, and I think that's what matters in a head coach and his players.
Reid, you guys won the Peach Belt Conference for the first time this year. That had to be really special. And then last weekend, you played a portion of the Peach Belt Conference tournament. I've never seen it done this way, but you had, I guess, 4 teams here and 4 teams at Young Harris, and you get down to the 2 winners of those kind of mini tournaments. You guys won here. Young Harris wins up there. And now this weekend, you get a chance to play for the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship by hosting a 2 out of 3 series with Young Harris. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I feel like you talked about winning the regular season. That was for us, it was a huge accomplishment. You know, going into this year, GSW didn't have any Peach Belt Conference championships, regular season or tournament. And then basketball went ahead and won theirs, then golf. So us coming in and keeping the ball rolling, winning that, and then bringing in a team that we kind of want to play. We wanted to play. After they beat us up there, we thought we wanted another shot at them, see what happens. But I think as a team-wise, we've grown a lot over the season. Struggled a little bit out of the gate, but as the season's gone on, we've gotten better and better. A bunch of talented guys on our team, especially in the fall, is really competitive. Everyone fighting for a spot. And then when it comes to pitching, your Friday night and Saturday night guy, I feel like we can beat anyone with them on the mound. You know you're going to get a good outing out of them. So it's going to be a good series, hopefully come out on top.
Definitely want the fans here in this area to come out and support Reid and the Hurricanes this weekend over at Georgia Southwestern. Reid, I want to talk a little bit about academics too. You got your undergrad, finished your undergrad last year at Georgia Southwestern, now deep into your master's and should finish that, I'm guessing, by the end of the summer, this coming summer. Talk a little bit about those academics and what your future career goals are.
Yeah, so I graduate in the summer with my master's. It's been challenging. I've taken some of the hardest classes I've taken here in college, but on the academic side, especially when I was getting my bachelor's, the teachers here are great. They're really accommodating with all your needs and whatever. They're always willing to go that extra mile to help you out, especially if you go to class every day. Make sure you do all your work. So academics is hard, but the teachers make it easy on you by helping you out and doing what they need to do, because they want to see you succeed too. Teachers, I don't think, just go to fail you. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you move on, be successful in life. So it's really great with that.
So tell me about what you want to do in the future.
Right now I have an internship in the athletic department at GSW, and I'd like in the future to be an athletic director at the college level. But starting out, I've been working the operations, game day operations. I really enjoy that. So I would like to start out somewhere at a college, maybe a minor league team, running some operations, game days, stadium operations, whatever it may be, to get my foot in the door.
So today's program also brought to you by Marty McDonald, State Farm Insurance. They are located at 925 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard here in Americus. Stop by and see Marty or any of his fine staff, and they'd be glad to sit down and discuss your insurance needs. Or you can give them a call at 928-3686. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Reid, every week when I interview a guest, I like to talk about the support system that they have. Knowing you as well as I do, I've been real close with your mom and dad, Mike and Michelle. But watching you grow up and play, to see both your parents there, your grandparents on both sides, aunts and uncles, boy, you've really had a good support network, haven't you?
Yeah, especially growing up, to me, that's a critical point in a young teenage life, especially when you're playing sports. But I also feel like those around you also instill something in you. So growing up playing sports at the rec, you have coaches that really touch you or leave a mark on you. And as a soccer coach, Coach Andreas, he really left a mark on the never quit attitude, always play hard. And then playing summer ball with you, the always do everything the right way, hustle on and off. So growing up with support system is big. And then especially with your parents and your relatives, everyone coming to the games, watching you, supporting you, you always feel loved basically. Uh, and I can't say enough. My mom and dad, they I may be able to count on one hand how many games they've missed in 3 years since I've been at GSW. They're always
And
there
that's at home and on the road, isn't it?
home and on the road. They come to almost every game. I don't. They may have missed one game this year. Uh, so it's really supportive of them and my grandparents. Coming back home, they get to come to all the games that they can make to. So it's really good for them to watch me play, especially my final year. Um, but and then Paisley, my fiance, has been really supportive of me continuing to play while she's working. She wanted me to play my last year, so I've really appreciated that I get to play out my final year. So I think everyone everyone plays a role in a college athlete's life. Support system being there for people in this day and age, I think it's good. And there's also the point to where dad, he'll always be there to knock me down a notch if I'm getting too big. Just every every day we get done with practice, he'll ask me if I'm done practicing already, or if do we really want to win that bad. Just trying to make fun of, but he does it out of love, and that's what I really enjoy and how I respond well to. So everyone has really been supportive over the years, and I can't thank them enough for it.
Mike and Connie Gurley, Reid, I know you know them really well. They own a business called the Shred Shed. They're one of our sponsors. The Shred Shed provides professional document shredding, and they always do it at affordable prices. They'll also come to you. They're mobile, and you can reach them at 938-2520, or you can reach out to them on their Facebook page. Thanks again to the Shred Shed for being one of our sponsors. Reid, I'm sure there's young players out there that right now look at you and your situation and they think, I want to be where Reid Ragsdale is one day. I know you probably didn't expect to be in that position, but you are, and you've earned that right. Now that you have a chance to talk to young players, whether that's rec players or middle school players or even high school players, what kind of advice can you give a young player that has that dream of one day playing college baseball?
I mean, the first thing I would tell them is just to love the game. You gotta have fun when you're playing, especially it's a game of failure. If you don't love the game enough, or you're gonna be down on yourself. So you just gotta learn to have fun, especially in those younger days. Playing baseball with your hometown friends. Like do it. It's fun. Whether it sucks to lose, but when you're playing at a young age, just being with your friends, you'll make memories that you won't forget. And then growing up, going into high school ball, to me, a big thing is play hard, no matter what the score is. Always go 100%. Make the coach pull you back. You never want to have to get a coach to get on you to tell you go play harder. So play as hard as you can. You never know. Another thing, you never know when it's going to be the last time playing.
Right.
Especially when COVID hit, people didn't know, like seniors, they didn't know if they were going to get their year back. Some guys already had plans for the future, so they lost that year. So to me, it's play like it's your last game, your last outing, whatever it is. And to me, extra work will always pay off in the end. It may not pay off when you want it to be. You may think it's not working, but to me, in the end, it's going to work. And to me, hard work will beat talent if talent's not working, is what Derek Jeter said, and I thoroughly agree with it.
Yeah.
So
all right, Reid, I got a question for you that we haven't talked about, and I want you to shoot from the hip on this. You got to play with the Americus Travelers every summer from the time you were 13 through your 17-year-old year. And then when you went to college, you became a coach, and you coached with our program for many years. Tell me what playing and coaching with the Americus Travelers meant to you, and did it play a part in you being where you're at right now?
Well, I mean, to me, of course, it meant a lot because growing up or right out of high school, I wanted to be a coach. So it meant a lot to have that opportunity to maybe coach the younger generation, to instill what I was taught, to make them a better person overall. But I think it helped. Playing with the Travelers helped me keep the love of the game. Programs play nonstop over the summer, and kids get burned out nowadays. So I think playing for the Travelers, having that free time, having that sense of family. We didn't pick up players
Right.
every year. We didn't pick up players every weekend like some do. We had that family, and I think over everything, the sense of family was worth more than anything. Any tournament we won, any game we played. Having those relationships with people that you wouldn't have made the connection with if you didn't play with the Travelers. In college, it's helped so far. Bunting, we bunt a lot. This weekend we bunted 3 times in a row. I had a safety with runners on first and third, and 1 out. But playing with the Travelers instilled hard work, getting after it, doing things the right way, and I think it pays off in the end.
Reid, one of the neat things about this program every week, one of our sponsors is WMNZ AM 1050 Radio out of Montezuma. Lance Till and his staff do a fine job up there, and they take our audio off this program each week and play it on their radio station. So not only will people see this interview on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, on all the different podcast and social media platforms, they'll also hear it on local radio. So we want to make sure and thank Lance Till and WMNZ AM 1050. Hey, Reid, I'd be remiss as we wrap this thing up if I didn't talk a little bit about the current situation over at Schley County High School. Saw you at the ballpark there last night. They split a doubleheader. And then tonight, 1 game 3 in a walk-off fashion. Jack Clark hit a walk-off double in the bottom of the 7th to win the game, and they now advance to the Final Four. But you and I got a brief chance to talk last night. Boy, didn't that remind you a lot of that 2015 Troutland series? And what does it mean for you, Reid, as an alum of a program like that, to go back like you did last night and watch that and see the atmosphere?
Yeah, it was great. You could feel everything you wanted to feel at a high school playoff game, with especially now with Schley and Wilcox being a rivalry game, but all the fans traveled well. They were up and down the fence line. Tensions were high, but it was good baseball is what you want to see. And I feel like as an alum coming back and seeing the same baseball being played that when I played, and the community always being there, always supporting your sports is big. Uh, you know, and then I couldn't make it there tonight, but listening to it sounded a, like another great game. Uh, it's
Reid,
tough.
I noticed something about you last night when you were there. I noticed you got to go over to the dugout and all the coaches hugged you. It seems like you've got an incredible relationship with Coach Cheek and Coach Rooks and Jody Sellers and Coach Earl Dupree. Are you still in contact with them a lot?
Yeah, I texted them today right before I went out of practice, told them good luck, just to go out and get them, because it was a big game. You want to see them win. You want to see your alumni win big games and continue to be successful as they're going on. And Schley's been one of the best baseball programs in a while, especially now. So I think going out, beating Wilcox, showing that, hey, we're still the best, that you may be new coming up and you may be good, but Schley's still the powerhouse. You still got to go through Schley County to win. So
Good point.
And
Reid, I want to thank you for coming on. Before we wrap up, let me tell our viewers this. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. We're trying to build our YouTube presence, want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button and share this video so that we can get plenty of views out there. Reid, you got a big series starting tomorrow. I think you got one game on Friday and then one with a possibility of two. As we wrap this up, this will be our last question. Tell us what you know about Young Harris and what do we got to do to be successful?
Young Harris is a good team. They beat us 2 out of 3 up there. They got some good arms on the mound that are going to challenge us, I think. But I think, obviously, I think we're up for the task. We've been playing well. Young Harris has got some good bats in the lineup. They got the player of the year. We got the pitcher of the year on our team starting game 1. I think it's going to be a good series to be successful. To me, we just need to pitch and play D. And then when it comes down to it, big hits are going to be the game changer. 2 outs hits are going to be game changing. Just like Columbus State, we scored 7 with 2 outs in the 7th inning to take the lead. That's the name of the game. So that's what I think.
Reid, we support you. We appreciate you coming on. Want to thank you for that. Guys, get out and watch Reid Ragsdale and the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes this weekend as they attempt to win the conference tournament. Reid, thanks for being with me.
Thank you.
So for Reid Ragsdale, I'm Tim Estes. Thanks for watching. Until next week, so long, everybody.